we ended up popping. We'll start here. Your name and age, please.
My name is Shahira. I'm 35.
And Shahira, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
He's an attractive guy. I don't love the vest. I feel like I'm not into actors in theater.
You know how many times I hear that?
I don't like actors.
I will say, I mean, I totally appreciate and I respect what you're doing. I'm also an intellectual though. I'm also a professor of theater, and I'm also like, I totally understand it because there's so much that comes along with actors, like this ego, this instability, right? But being a professor, that's something that grounds me from an intellectual point of view, from a financial point of view, like tenure track, all that other stuff. But
yeah, love that. Good for you.
Thank you.
Now she's someone that's your type.
It's very attractive. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what you did? Acting gotta be very secure within yourself in terms of you don't know what type of scenes they're doing. Like there might be the romantic scenes, whatever, right? So you gotta be able to accept that. So I understand the stereotype behind actors and shit. Also kind of questioning are they genuine or they're saying or not because they're actors. That stereotype. It's not a cool brother, man. You say he's an intellectual.
Your name and age.
Hi, I'm Janae Amore with 808 and Trinity. I'm 33.
And Janae, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I ended up popping my balloon because a little on the older side for me. And
long the tooth.
for me, I'm not calling old. It's just a little on the side for me. It's fine. And yeah, I mean, kind of what she said with acting and all that. Like, it's cool. I'm glad that you're a professor. I appreciate you being smart. I like smart people, so that's good. Yeah.
Now she's someone that's your type.
I ain't got no type, Bad bitches is the only thing I like.
And the cussing.
I think I said biddies though.
Did you?
I said biddies.
Let's rewind the tapes.
Let's rewind the tapes. Let's do it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bro said, I ain't getting tired. Bad bitches, as they say, is the only thing that he likes. But that line was kind of cool. He can't. You're too grown for that one. Rewind the tapes.
Let's go over here. Your name and age.
Liz, 36.
All right. And Liz, why did you end up popping your balloon?
I just didn't feel that initial attraction. You're a handsome guy, but I just.
I believe it.
All right. So I know you say you don't have a type, but if you saw her out, is she someone you'd approach?
Yeah, I like the fit. I like the personality. Great smile.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what that be like that. Look,
Your name and age.
Nikki, 33.
Nikki, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
She looks old to be 33.
Very well spoken.
What?
Apologize.
I just want to take the time out.
What?
Just take time out.
You didn't even say bye to your mama.
Every single person said very something. It's just it's interesting. I mean, I think this is like a wonderful opportunity. And like a lot about connection, attraction. And I do appreciate that. You know what I mean? It's like it's such love. The thing about this stuff is like you never ever really get to know somebody on a deeper level. But I do appreciate that though.
Thank you.
And how tall are you? She said she wants someone a little bit taller.
I'm 6 feet.
6 feet. How tall are you?
5'8", but I always wear heels.
Okay.
I'm not a small girl, so I need a bigger man.
No, I'm not a small presence, oh baby.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now she's someone that you would approach.
Oh yeah, I love the confidence. I love the bigness. You know what I'm saying? Big, bright aura.
Thank you.
I don't want to be big no more. I wasn't never big like this. So I want to get down.
We can't be too picky out here, you know what I'm saying? We out here looking for perfection. We gotta stop doing that. But
$1 million+ revenue? You're running a high revenue business. Why aren't you using the same tax strategies
I'm not trying to
same
be
one
big.
Jeff Bezos uses? These are
I like to eat.
smart, legal, advanced strategies.
I just eat
I
regularly.
thought he was gonna ask the question of, everybody said they find me attractive. Like, why are you all saying that but still popping your balloon? I was hoping they elaborate on that, because that would have been a good question since he called it time out. I expected more out of that. The brother left us hanging. He left us on a cliffhanger. So,
Your name and age.
Anita, and I'm 37.
Anita, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
He has a pretty big personality. It might be a little much of a clash for me.
Okay. Okay. She like calmer? Is that?
I like outgoing. I just don't think I'm attractive. So for him, it's not really reading well with me.
Okay. Nice. No, she's someone that's your type.
She's just a nice person. I mean, I probably if I saw the person approach her, but you know, I'm big on personality, spirit, and energy.
Same.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Your name and age.
My name is Natalie. I'm 38 years old.
And Natalie, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Upon coming out, I think, you know, of course, we only have physicality to see. So you're cool, looks good, fine, whatever. But I also believe that we got the same instructions. I only think we got the same instructions for Dress to Impress or a date night. And I feel that if we were to go out, that we would not be going to the same place. So it's just not my thing. Yeah. But I mean, do you, of course.
That's all I can do.
Of course.
Yeah.
So where would you typically wear this out, like for dinner or anything like that?
I mean, I would probably wear this out for, you know, like a casual. What I like to do, I guess I could just go ahead and tell the type of date I would go. Like a museum is probably where I was first started at, and then go to like a rooftop, and then after that, you know, probably go out dancing, you know. And this, as being Nigerian American, right, you know, I'm always looking for a way to like bring in where I'm from and my culture, right? Because I do think that we have an idea about what is supposed to be, I guess, like high culture, if you would, you know. And you know, I like to kind of bring a little bit of myself.
Okay.
Couldn't shade.
Now she's someone that's your type.
Not as much. I do feel a little bit of judgment, so probably not.
Yeah, I see it.
That's what you feel. Well, what can I say to that?
You don't have to.
All right.
Thank you.
It's always good to represent where you're from, for sure. I respect that. You know, once again, an outfit can be changed, you know. This outfit is not glued to him, you know. You can always change that. I get it. They said dress to impress. Trust, I get it. I understand. You should have dressed to impress, but he just represented Nigeria, you know what I'm saying?
You don't have to.
All right.
Thank you. Let's go over here. Your name and age.
Sophia, 36.
And Sophia, why did you end up popping your balloon?
Initial attraction, I didn't see that we would connect. Yeah.
Okay. Now she's someone that's your type.
Probably similar. Like it's you know, she seems like a nice lady, but I probably wouldn't approach her.
Yes, the feeling is definitely mutual.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's head on back. We do still have an unpopped balloon. Your name and age.
I'm Jessica and I'm 36.
All right. So Jessica, we see you're still holding on to your balloon. Why so?
We are in similar career fields. I'm an artistic director for a dance company.
Oh snap.
So I definitely relate to what you practice for work.
Right.
I have similar interests. I love reading. I enjoy going to museums. Some of the same similarities. So.
Take a breath, man.
Right. So do you guys have any questions for one another?
Sure. You want to go first?
I do.
Yeah.
What is your faith?
My faith?
Yes.
Okay. So I grew up Christian. I grew up Roman Catholic, right? You know, and I continue. I like to say that, like, you know, I continue to go to church. Those metaphors work for me a lot. You know, the teachings of Jesus. Grace is probably one of the most like pivotal things that I think that I really take from that. The idea of like having grace for oneself and having grace for other people. I'm also very curious about other religions, other belief systems. Like, you know, I'm constantly exploring, whether it be like, you know, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism. I'm just like curious about those things.
If you have ever wanted to land a 100 to 150K a year fully remote career in as little as the next 4 months,
Okay.
Look at my Christian over here. She already being judged, man. Hey, man, thou shalt not judge, man. You see that facial expressions from Chan Lee back here? You know, in the Bible, I'm pretty sure it says, you know, there's only one God. You know, I'm not the most religious person. The first commandment did say, you shall not have no other gods before me. So practicing in different stuff can get real tricky, you know, because that's the first commandment.
Other religions, other belief systems, like, you know, I'm constantly exploring, whether it be like, you know, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism. I'm just like curious about those things.
Okay. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pop.
Cool.
Why'd you end up popping?
I am a firm believer in Jesus Christ, and I prefer to date someone who is firm in their beliefs and shares that commonality.
Yeah.
All right. Now she's someone that you would go for?
I did really appreciate, especially when you said you're an artistic director. You know, I also appreciated that you said that you like to read. That was great. I was going to ask you what the last book you read was. What was the last book you read? Just out of curiosity.
Sure. Well, I'm currently reading a book by Eric Butterworth, Discover the Power Within You.
Right.
So,
self-help, self-betterment.
Yeah, it ties in my beliefs, so my faith, and then just how to harness that power from within and exude it out. So
yeah. All right.
What was the last book? Well, I guess you
got the girl. It don't matter anymore. Thank you.
Ta-Nehisi Coates, The Message.
But he still had to tell you, huh?
I get it.
All right, well, that's all the balloons popped, unfortunately, but thank you so much for coming on.
I appreciate you.
Let's give it up for him, ladies. I'll take it. Thank you.
Nah, that's tough. Nah, I understand, you know, in terms of faith-wise, for sure. You gotta be firm, and you know, you gotta be equally yoked when it comes to religion and stuff like that, when it comes to relationships. So, I understand. You almost had it, man. But then he struck out. That's tough. But in terms of believing in Jesus Christ, you know, you gotta abide by the commandments, especially that first one. You know, I'm not the most religious person, but I know for a fact that in terms of relationships, you gotta be equally yoked, for sure. You gotta believe in the same thing. Also, everybody's on their own journeys to being saved. Miss Georgie right here, you know, she was feeding. She recently got saved, so she gotta give grace. Like you said, it's one of his main things when it comes to Christianity, and the book is giving grace. So, man, we gotta give grace. Can't be out here all movie and being judgy a little bit. You know, so we gotta give grace to people, man. Let people find themselves. People get saved in different points of their lives, you know. You might have grew in a family that raised you that way, and you never had to look anywhere else, and you felt comfortable in that. And some people were raised in that same environment, but also were curious, you know, didn't feel right within. So we just gotta give grace.
Just over 2 minutes, I'm going to show you how I created this ebook using a feature called Wordgenie from Designer. Firstly, when you're in Designer, all you need to do is enter in your niche or your...
Hello, welcome in. Can we get your name?
My name is Josh.
Josh, okay. And Josh, how old are you?
Well, I got 2 ages. Alright, so chronologically I'm 40.
Okay.
But biologically I'm 35.
And how does that work?
Well, chronologically it's like time, you know, and biologically it's like health. You know.
Oh, okay. So you're saying health-wise you're 35.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll let you have it. And what do you do?
I work in the mental health field.
Nice, very nice. What are some things you like to do for fun?
I like to work out, roller coasters. What else? I skydive, for read books. So yeah.
Okay, all right. And what do you look for in a woman?
She has to have the divine feminine, kind, compassionate. Yeah.
Okay, and some deal breakers?
Deal breakers.
Why does man come on here undressed? You're
Kids.
coming to go on a date.
Multiple baby daddies.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. So
They look like
any
they're all
balloons?
dressed for a fancy
Looks
restaurant
like
date.
they're fun and their brother appealing, and they like what they heard. But it looks like they like what they heard and they like what they see. We also do good stuff. But yeah, before we continue, once again, thank y'all for all the support. You're liking the video. I just want to say, let's keep it going. Let's keep growing. You're watching right now. I appreciate you for the support. You even clicking this video means a lot. Because without y'all, I don't know where this channel will be. But you watching right now, you play a big role.
My nigga.
So we haven't got any pop balloons, but before we go over there, we did have you on the show before and you ended up matching. What happened with your match?
Yeah, it just didn't work out.
Didn't work out? Okay, well, welcome back. We're glad to have you. Hopefully we'll find you someone today. All right, so like I said.
Wait, nah, we can't just leave it right there. What happened? You know, we nosy over here. Like, we want to know. Boy, if you don't.
All right, so like I said, no one. Oh, okay, we did get a pop. Come on over here. Okay, your name and age.
Nikki, 33.
Nikki, why did you end up popping your balloon?
You're very handsome. I just don't like hair on men.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. And that was Nikki, someone that's your type?
Alright, I'm gonna take a haircut. Can I look you up and down? Alright. The dress a little bit too short. But it was a little longer, yeah.
Just the dress.
So yes.
So yes, you are.
So yeah.
Just the dress.
Okay. Thank you. To get another pop over here, your name and age.
I'm Natalie, I'm 38.
Alright. Natalie, why did you end up popping your balloon?
Just physically not my type.
Yeah, it's cool.
Alright.
What's your type?
And is she someone that's your type?
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
You feeling me? She's mad. So I'm joking. I'm joking.
Thank you. Let's head on back.
She be throwing them jabs. He said, you feeling me now? She mad. It looked like it. But what's your type? I'm curious. What kind of Lamont? Is it the braids?
Let's head on back. All right. Your name and age.
Janaea Moore with 808 and Trinity. I'm 33.
Okay. And why did you end up popping your balloon?
So I popped it because you said divine feminine, and I'm more for like the fruits of the spirit. So I wasn't sure what you meant by divine feminine. I wasn't sure about that. That sounded very like spiritual, and I'm for Christ.
Okay, so I'm Christian too.
Okay.
You know, but I mean, like in terms of energy, so like I'm very masculine. I'm in my masculine energy, and I need the platter, so I need the feminine energy. So it's like the plus and the minus. And if you don't have that, that minus, then we just gonna be two magnets not working.
That's true. Yes. I agree. I mean, can I ask questions? Like,
is he someone that's your type?
Yeah, I think he's attractive, and I just have a lot more questions. I mean, like, how Christian are you?
Very Christian.
Like, what does that mean?
Now I talk to God every day. I do need to go to church, but you know, I believe in the Most High.
Okay.
Read my Bible, pray every day. So yeah.
Okay, why don't you go to church?
Okay, are you?
Okay, man. Okay, thank you, all that. Because I was about to say, baby, you popped your balloon. Don't pop your balloon if you got more questions. You popped your balloon, so we're gonna have to keep it moving respectfully, though.
Okay, is this leading to you getting your balloon back? Is it leading to you getting your balloon back, or are you just?
Yes, I'll take it back. Yeah.
Okay, let's get the balloon back. Oh, there we go. Okay, we'll be back then. Let's head on back this way. Okay, so we still have quite a lot of ladies with their balloon left to pop. Okay, let's go down over there. All right, your name and age, and why did you end up popping your balloon?
My name is Anita. I'm 37. I was trying to hear him out. I know you said you've been on the show before, and I don't know that. I felt like a red flag, but I don't think there's like an attraction between us.
Okay. Okay.
Now, she's someone that's your type?
Yeah, she's my type. Definitely, I like her skin tone. You know, I like dark skinned women. She's beautiful. You know what I mean? And I like the fact that you got braids. Like you know, you're embracing your yeah.
Oh, I'm shocked. Then I didn't think you were attracted.
Why are you shocked?
I don't know. I didn't think I was his type.
See, you get
that, but
yeah, nah, you're very beautiful. I like your skin tone again, and you know, you got gorgeous almond eyes, and you know,
yeah, boy.
Okay.
So are you still leaving your balloon on pop? Is he someone that is your type?
He's attractive. I just didn't think I was his type.
Why are you eliminating yourself? You want the balloon back?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's that masculine energy he's talking about. Once you get in front of them, they start rethinking shit. Yes, sir. And also, like you say, I always say this, like, quit eliminating yourself based on assumptions. There are some episodes when there'll be two guys left, and one guy pops because he felt like the girl liked the other guy more. Or in this situation, she felt the guy wasn't attracted to her. But you don't know. I think right there, that comes to insecurities, right? That you feel like you're not good enough for him. Because I don't believe, or he's out of my league, or she's out of my league. Man, I don't believe in that shit. Because there's always somebody for somebody, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get that balloon back. There we go. Okay, we'll be back. Let's head on this way.
Nah, he got it.
All right, Josh, I'm going to hand you a pick now.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay.
And I'm going to have you pop. How many of them are there? Let's do it 2 balloons. I know, I'm sorry.
Beautiful.
They are beautiful, but you gotta pop too.
Wow. How about?
One.
Sorry.
How would you assume that there's a lake?
Why would they call it the lake view?
Procrastination was ruining my life. No matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't change. Deadlines missed, chores piling up, important tasks, always tomorrow, but tomorrow never came. Messy home, busy mind, clear both. Procrastination holding you back at work and home. Let's transform your environment and mindset so you can get things done and finally feel in control. I told myself I just needed more willpower, more motivation, but no matter how many planners I bought or how many productivity hacks I tried, nothing worked. Then my therapist said something that hit me. What if your procrastination isn't about laziness, but about how your brain is wired? That's when I started looking into hypnotherapy. I found the Happio program designed by real psychotherapists and hypnotherapists, and honestly, I didn't expect much. But within days, something changed. I wasn't just forcing myself to be productive anymore.
All right, so your name and age, and why was your balloon unpopped?
Sophia, 36.
I said two.
Very attractive, and I want to hear more about her.
Okay. And I saw it was really tough for you, Josh, but why'd you end up popping hers?
Just the dress, like before, I felt like it's a little bit too short.
Okay.
Other than that, yeah, you got, nice smile.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Okay. We've got 5 ladies left. Go ahead and ask them a question.
All right.
Come back.
Sorry. What's something that you learned from your last relationship?
Okay. Name and age, and what's something you learned from your last relationship?
My name is Shahira, I'm 35, and I don't want to give the same answer that I gave last time, but I guess just be confident in who I am and my thoughts and my beliefs, and just lean more into confidence and less insecurities. So, yeah.
Okay.
Great accountability.
Your name and age, and answer this question.
Janae Moore with A1 Trinity. I'm 33 years old. I learned just to, not settle. So not allowing myself to overlook certain things that I need.
Okay. I can't ask.
You want to ask? Go ahead, yeah.
What are those needs?
I would say someone who can provide. It was some years ago, so I dated somebody like younger, and I was just like, someone who can provide, and someone who can match me physically. And at that time, I was I'm not anymore. I'm waiting till marriage now. But at the time, he just didn't match me sexually, and I knew that even before we were intimate. So I should have just never done it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's funny how she said she used to date something about people younger, because all the other guys you popped well older than you, and you popped because they were older. You say what you need, but your actions are not reciprocating.
Okay.
Okay. Your name and age, and the answer to this question.
I am Jessica, and I'm 36. I would say to receive grace and to I think when you're in a relationship with someone, they become the closest person to you. So they see intimate details that you don't allow other people to see. And so they can provide insight into who you are and also remind you to give grace to yourself and give grace to one another.
Okay.
Okay. Your name and age, and the answer to this question. I'm Liz. I'm 36. Before I answer, is my skirt too short? Because you talked about
It is short, but I like your hair though. I like that you wear it. So I don't know. You might.
You can go back. Okay.
If you've been watching me, I always say this. Different rules apply to different folks, man. Perfect example. If they find you attractive enough to get away with more things than they'll do the next man or the next lady.
So something I learned in my last relationship is how important it is to like really stand on my boundaries and not self-sacrifice just to stay in the relationship. I feel like I did that a lot. So I wound up in relationships that weren't really the best for me because I was just, doing things to keep the relationship going instead of, staying true to myself. So sticking to my boundaries.
All right. Okay.
Your name and age and answer this question.
My name is Anita. I'm 37. And what I learned from my last relationship is you can't love someone into loving you back. Like sticking to who you are and what your boundaries are. So I just kind of found myself losing myself trying to make myself become this person for someone because I wanted to be loved the right way when I could have just walked away.
Okay. What's being loved the right way? Like, what's that for you? What's that look like?
Well, when sometimes infidelity means that you're lacking something, so you're looking for that, right? People make mistakes and everything like that because we're adults. But if it's constant, you're just holding on to me for something. You don't want me. I might just fulfill a need for you selfishly, so you just keep me around, but that messes up me. So, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, it is time to pop a balloon. Go ahead and pop one.
Before it pops, I will say this is a very insightful episode. It's very different from the other ones I have seen for sure. You get to learn the dating game for sure with this one, what people are going through in relationships, what type of traumas they're bringing on to situations, whatever. Very new.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, all right. I'm about to pop.
All right, so why was your balloon unpopped?
I was very unsure, but he's nice looking. I like his hair. Got a nice face. He has a really intense glare. Like your eyes are really intense. But then you said you like roller coasters. So I was like, is he serious? Is he fun? Like it was confusing. So I'm glad you popped it. So
what was causing you to be unsure?
Just he said the divine feminine, and then his eyes, and then Valerie. Yeah.
No, she's someone that's your type?
It's a little too tall. And I like strong eye contact. I feel like the eyes are the window to the soul.
Exactly.
So,
I agree.
Yeah, boy.
I have nothing to hide. I want you to look and see my eyes.
Yes, you're just super intense. I don't know if I like a soft gaze, but you're like, y'all can have that.
All right, Josh, we've got 4 girls left. Go ahead and ask them another question. Sorry, 4 ladies.
Wow. What's the best advice someone's ever given you throughout the course of your whole life?
Okay. What's the best advice someone has given you?
Shit, looking at
The best advice, that's going to sound like, the best advice comes from the Bible. That's just where the best advice comes from. And so anytime I open the book, I'm getting advice every single time. So I would say the Bible. I mean, if you want to know what it is, you want to know what.
Yeah, what's one from the Bible that you...
I would say it's seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things will be added unto you. So if you seek God first, then God will direct your path.
Okay. What about over here?
I believe the question was the best piece of advice. It came from my dad. His motto is don't ask, just believe. And that's entire life. I think it's important to have a strong belief in faith. And if you have a strong belief in faith, then you don't have to ask, you just have to believe.
Okay.
What about over here? Best advice? Liz, 36. My best advice is also from my dad, and this doesn't sound cheesy, but it's be a leader, not a follower, which I learned it when I was young, but I do think it applies in adulthood too, with like so many people who like seek validation from others and things like that. So I've always like used it to just walk to the beat of my own drum, and yeah.
Okay.
And what about over here?
I'm not trying to be on trend here, but my best advice came from my stepdad. He's an amazing man of God, and he just explained to me the power of grace. In a generation where we're all lost and people feel like maybe they're not good enough to go to Christ or to come and the church or condemning and pushing them away. He expressed to me giving and getting grace, and how the grace of God is enough for all of us. So that alone just kind of changed my mindset, and I noticed that I kind of operated and feeling like I didn't have to fix it myself, but just to spend time with God, surrender what I do desire, and everything's fallen in place since.
It's a very religious crowd for sure, you know, giving grace, taking advice from the Bible. For sure, man. That's good.
Okay, we gotta dwindle them down, so I'm gonna have you pop 2.
Okay.
It's gonna be interesting.
Whenever you're ready.
Alright, start the pop.
Okay, and one more.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, let's come on over here first. So when you're there popping.
It's let God lead the way, not letting God lead the way, man. God is probably trying to lead you where you need to be, but you saying no by this time.
Let's come on over here first. So when you're there popping. So why was your balloon unpopped?
Well, he's an attractive man. I like how you're well put together and you're asking good questions to get quality answers from us. So I like that you're being intentional and you weren't afraid to come a second time to find love.
Yeah.
Okay. And why'd you end up popping hers?
Just I think the attraction, you know, it was just that, but yeah.
All good.
Thank you. And why did you end up popping your balloon?
I just thought it was right. I don't know. I just remember that. Are you 40?
I am.
I know. I just remember that you're a little bit older than.
Oh, brother.
What I prefer, but I was willing to hear you out and see. And yeah, there's not a lot. I think you're attractive and you have a good head on your shoulders.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I said earlier. Like, she's being popping these guys based off their age because they're older. Not even younger. Like you said, because she said she used to date younger. One of the things she learned in the past relationship, the young guys ain't for her because she wants somebody that's a provider, whatever, all that. Something that the rest of these guys that she popped can provide, I feel like. Because they are older and more settled, right? What happened to let God lead the way? Unless God told her no. At this point, I'm starting to think, baby right here don't know what she wants, man.
Any questions for him?
You being picky.
Okay, she's ready. So you said you work in the mental health field.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that work in a relationship? Like, how do you ensure that when you have conflict in a relationship, it's not like coming off like condescending or like you know everything? Like, what does that look like? I guess.
Okay. So I definitely do a lot of like self-reflection, right, to check on my, emotional state. So I think just me being self-aware, recognizing where I'm at. I do like to. I'm gonna be honest. I like my solitude at times, so I can like feel what I'm feeling and be connected to me. So that way it isn't like radiating on someone else.
How is that communicated?
How is it communicated?
Yeah.
Well, I can communicate myself, and then after that, I could communicate with you. This is how I'm feeling.
No, like how would you communicate to your partner that you need space, or like what does that look like?
Yeah. It looks like I need space.
Why was that a pop? I'm just like I kind of have like an anxious attachment style. I know that about myself, so I would need like someone who would over communicate, like, hey, I need a little space, and like just give me a little reassurance in those moments. And it sounds like you might kind of just do your own thing a little bit. Yeah, which is a little scary for me. But yeah, other than that, you're very attractive. I loved everything you had to say, but yeah.
You don't know how to dress me.
So now she's the one that is your type?
And she's my type.
You don't know how to dress. But it came with a sports jacket on over that t-shirt. Who comes to a date with a t-shirt? Oh my gosh. I would have walked out. If he came to a date with a t-shirt, that's why I'm not dating right now. I am not ready to date right now.
Communication is key. Even though you need your space, a little, hey man, baby, I need my space right now. I'm not really feeling it. Because it's not a good feeling, when somebody shut down on you.
You don't say nothing.
What happened? Or
right.
You start thinking like, man, did I do something? And most of the time, it's probably got nothing to do with you. but as a human being, you can't help.
I charge my phone.
Okay, let's go over here.
Charge
Any
it.
questions over here? Okay, so what exactly happened with the match from last time?
Good question. That's all I need.
And the second question, so you can pick which one you want to answer first. When you do go into your I need space times, is it something that you do because you really just need space, or is it something that you do because, hey, you don't like what I said and you're I'm going to put her in timeout, I need space?
Yeah, no, I don't do that. So if I need space, it's like I'm gonna communicate. I need space.
You didn't say that.
The anxious attachment style. I'm kind of glad that you said that, because I think that's something that we all have to work on ourselves. But that's something that I can't do. I feel smothered. Okay. So yeah, I communicate. So
was that the issue from the other?
I prefer. So what happened previously in previous relationships? She's not here to defend herself, so I don't want to say anything.
Okay.
That's
okay. Do you have kids?
No kids.
Do you want kids?
I do.
And like, what do you see yourself in the next 2 years?
Married with one child.
Okay, well, let me bring you on up here with us. Let's all come up here. Come on up, y'all.
Over here as viewers, we are very nosy. We want to know, but that was the right thing to do. Even though I want to know, he did the right thing. He did. That was a grown man move, for sure. Because she's not here to defend herself. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait for the catch up.
All right. So she asked quite a few questions. Josh, do you have any? If you don't have any, that's fine. No questions? No questions. Okay, well then, is it a yes for you for him? Yes. And is it a yes for you for her?
Yes.
We got a match! I'll take this mic, and you guys can go off, get your girl. Let's make some noise for them.
Now I like to see that. So right there, it just shows, man, don't block your blessings. If it is. As a viewer, I feel like I learned more in this segment than I ever learned in other episodes of what people are going through and how people maneuver relationships, And the main lesson was, don't ever feel like, oh, this person looks like this, or they're not gonna like me. Because you never know. But look at that. She popped the balloon because she felt that he probably wouldn't be attracted to her, but she ended up dating the one guy he matched with. I hope nothing but the best. I hope this match works out this time.
The job's not finished.
Want to try Ozempic?
Why is this on the commercial all the time?
Go ahead and start with your name.
I'm Danny.
Danny, how old are you?
39.
Dang! 39, and what do you do?
I am a senior partner with Premium Tax Advisors. So I do taxes.
Okay.
Get you a boatload of money.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Fast and legal.
All right, legal's the main part. Okay, and now what are some things like to do for fun?
For fun, I'm an adventurous geek. So I'll play chess. But then I'll go mountain climbing. But I'm not like a super adventurous. Like I ain't about to skydive and nothing like that. I like mountains and I like being outside. I like to hoop.
Okay.
But I like to read. I'm really into self-development. To other people, she can be a little mean to me, but she gotta be nice to everybody else. And then just, allergic to giving up. You know what I'm saying? Once we in it, let's rock it out. Let's figure it out.
Okay, now what are some deal breakers?
Here we go. Alright, I'm gonna be honest.
Uh-oh. I was nervous.
The difference between like a good wig and a bad wig, we not gonna work out. I think that's a disorder. And then, like just being like mean or like an angry, I don't like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay, we did get a couple of pops. Let's go see why they ended up popping. Let's start here. Your name and age.
I'm Alicia and I'm 28.
Okay, and Alicia, why did you end up popping your balloon?
I feel like there are a few things, especially as we continue talking. I am adventurous.
interests. Like I want to go skydiving. I actually just went paragliding this year, so that's something I'm interested in. I think that'd be fun with my partner. I feel you on the weight thing, but kind of like let women have women's business. Like let girls be girls. I hear you, but I don't feel you. I just thought it was like a little petty. And the oh you can't read comment, baby, I'm in college. I read. I thought that was just a little like back and forth, you know. I just didn't like all the extra commentary, the little side comments. I don't know. I feel like we're both kind of witty. I don't know if we'd go together.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'll just be fine now.
No, thank you. I like that.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay. So.
Oh, damn.
She popped that balloon on me.
Shoot is shoot.
Ain't nobody popping a balloon on me, my type. But nah, she cool. I ain't paragliding, skydiving, none of that. So I'll wait for you and try to catch you if something messed up. But I'm not doing that.
Okay.
So that's something you want to do with your partner, more power to you.
Yeah.
But no, she fine though.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. Let's go on down to our next pop balloon. Okay.